What if I told you there is a place in the universe where time slows down, light disappears, and escape is impossible? You wouldn't scream, you wouldn't fall. You would be stretched, torn, and erased before you even realize what's happening. In Interstellar, a man falls into a black hole and survives long enough to see time itself. But here's the real question. Was that science or pure fiction? If you fell into a black hole today, what would you actually see before everything ends? Let's find out. Back in 2014, audiences around the world were captivated by a science fiction epic directed by Christopher Nolan, Interstellar. What made this film stand out wasn't just its emotional story, but the way it portrayed complex space phenomena like wormholes, distant planets, and black holes with remarkable scientific realism. One of the most unforgettable moments comes right at the climax. The protagonist, Cooper, plunges into a massive black hole known as Gargantua. As his spacecraft descends, everything around him is swallowed by darkness. At first, there is nothing, just endless black. But as he goes deeper, strange grain-like particles begin striking the ship, scraping its surface. Sparks fly, flashes of light appear, and the craft starts to burn. Eventually, he ejects and continues falling alone. Then something extraordinary happens. He finds himself inside a bizarre five-dimensional structure, a tesseract, where time and space behave in ways that defy everyday logic. From this strange realm, he can interact with moments from his past using gravity itself. Watching this scene naturally raises a question: is anything like this actually possible? What would really happen if a human fell into a black hole? That's exactly what we'll explore today. For most of human history, black holes were a mystery. In fact, until the 20th century, no one even knew they could exist. A black hole is a region of space where gravity becomes so intense that nothing, not even light, can escape its pull. From the outside, it's impossible to see what lies within. They are dark engines of gravity, silently shaping the universe. To understand how we discovered black holes, we must go back about 100 years to Albert Einstein. His work on relativity completely transformed our understanding of space, time, and gravity. His theory has two parts: special relativity and general relativity. Special relativity, published in 1905, revealed that time itself changes with speed. If you were traveling in a spacecraft at an extremely high velocity, time would pass more slowly for you compared to people on Earth. You wouldn't feel this change. Everything would seem normal. But when you returned, you'd find that years had passed on Earth while only months passed for you. This phenomenon is called kinematic time dilation. Later, in 1915, Einstein introduced general relativity, which showed that gravity also affects time. The stronger the gravitational field, the slower time flows. This is known as gravitational time dilation. Interstellar portrayed this beautifully on the ocean planet, where 1 hour on the surface equaled 7 years back on Earth due to the planet's proximity to a black hole. Einstein explained gravity using the idea of a space-time fabric. Imagine a stretched sheet where massive objects cause deep curves. These curves don't just pull objects inward, they also slow time and bend energy itself, including light. This led to a startling conclusion. If an object were massive enough, it could trap light completely. Such an object would be invisible, perfectly black. That theoretical idea is exactly what we now call a black hole. At the time, even Einstein himself was skeptical that such extreme objects truly existed. While mathematically possible, he doubted they would form in reality. Interestingly, the term black hole didn't even exist during his lifetime. It was only in the 1960s that scientists began accepting black holes as real cosmic objects, and the name became popular after physicist John Wheeler used it publicly. Despite the name, a black hole isn't an actual hole in space. It forms from stars. Stars survive through a balance. Nuclear reactions push energy outward, while gravity pulls inward. As long as fuel like hydrogen remains, this balance holds. But when the fuel runs out, gravity wins and the star collapses. What happens next depends on the star's mass. Smaller stars become white dwarfs. Massive stars expand into red supergiants, explode as supernovae, and leave behind incredibly dense cores. If the remaining core is dense enough, it becomes a black hole. To put this into perspective, if our sun were somehow compressed into a black hole, it would shrink down to a diameter of roughly 50 kilometers. Thankfully, this won't happen. Astrophysicist Subramanian Chandrasekhar calculated that stars below a certain mass limit, now called the Chandrasekhar limit, cannot form black holes. Our sun is safely below that threshold. Scientists classify black holes into several types. The most common are stellar black holes, formed from collapsed stars. Our galaxy alone may contain millions of them. Then there are supermassive black holes with masses millions or billions of times greater than the Sun, sitting at the centers of galaxies. At the heart of the Milky Way lies one such giant, known as Sagittarius A star. Gargantua in Interstellar was based on this type.